So hello friends, we will going to talk about new topic which is persist and cache. Okay, and inside the persist we will talk about more about the off heap. Okay, so it's a lot of interview questions that has been asked around off heap. So if we talk about off heap, it is nothing but storing the partitions. Okay, so storing the partition somewhere outside the JVM. Okay, so as we know that our operating system or our JVM run on top of the operating system. So if we are storing something outside of the JVM, it will be the memory used by and consumed by the operating system. So we are using the memory of the operating system. Okay, so let me take the example of a fridge. So fridge we use to keep our vegetables and all the necessary stuff, so that we don't need to go back to the market to buy all the items, okay, necessary items. So instead of going back to and fro, we just keep the items in our fridge. Okay, so similarly what we call it as a, so if we are assigning the Spark memory as a in memory, so in that way we will call it as a cache. So if we do the cache, okay, if we write cache, if we write the cache dot the data dot cache. Okay, so it is nothing but we are saying data dot persist, and the persist we are passing the memory as an argument. Okay, so so both means the same. Okay, persist, memory and cache. Now if we talk about the persist, which is we are calling it as a memory. So if we want it as a memory underscore serialized, okay, so that is, so under the umbrella of persist we have multiple options. Okay, so one we talk about the memory, the other one is memory underscore serialized. So what happened in this one is, we know that if our data is big enough and it will not able to hold it in the cache or in the memory or in the fridge, what we will going to do. So let's take an example. If I want to store Amul butter in the fridge and it does not have any capacity, so what I can do, I can melt the butter. Okay, I can serialize the butter and then I can store that item into the fridge. Okay, the third is disk. Disk is nothing but, in the last video we discussed, disk are nothing but your extra, let's take an example like disk can be your Godown. Okay, instead of fridge you can keep it somewhere in the other room. Okay, which is already managed by the Spark only, or in the JVM only. The memory will be managed by the JVM only. So all those memory which we are talking about will be managed by the Spark. Okay, and these three particular will be managed by the JVM, and this memory will not be managed by the JVM. Okay, so let's talk about the off heap. So off heap is nothing but storing it in the operating system. Okay, using the memory of the operating system, so which is not managed by JVM, and but Spark is still managing that. Okay, to make it efficiently managing that, we are using the tungsten. Okay, so we will be using the tungsten to efficiently managing the off-heap memory in the operating system. Okay, so let me go back. There are few steps. So I have already told you, like we have heap. Okay, we have in the JVM we know we have heap, and off heap is operating system memory. Okay, so what will happen is, first the data is serialized. Okay, and then store the partition into the off heap, which is nothing but your operating system, which is managed by the Spark using Jetty. Okay, so let me give you some example. Let me give you some steps. First step is serialization, as we talk about. So we're going to do the serialization. So this is when this is using when it is going to write the data, okay, in the memory. Okay, so there are two things, read and write in the memory. So while writing the data, it first serialize it, and using the jetty it will going to store into the off-heap. But while reading, okay, from the off-heap memory, it will hit the direct memory API and then again deserialize it, and then we get the data. So there are few parameters that we need to do. So first thing is we need to specify the heap memory size, okay, in the configuration. Step 3 is netty allocate memory. Okay, netty is used to allocate the memory in the off heap, okay, without the JVM management, as we talk about, and it is managed by the Spark. And tungsten manage the memory efficiently, okay, in the operating system, managed by the Spark. Okay, so fifth step is we need to enable the off-heap memory and give the size of the memory need. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Thank you.